we've got to buy big bottles of water. Or we'll buy the 24 packs of water, which is $11, $12 just for a slab of water. The bottles are even $11. It is expensive, but we got no choice, you know what I mean? We can't drink the water out the tap. It's filth. It stinks. Jump, baby!
I'll jump too, I with them on there.
Welcome to Walgett in northwest New South Wales, where the town's been living on bore water for roughly 5 years.
We don't drink this water, but you can drink it. You can have a try at it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like Sydney water.
It's not fresh.
What I find, it's kind of like a stickiness.
I don't usually use this water because it's real slimy.
Lorraine Murray's family of 8 uses bottled water to wash and cook food. They want to show Australia what happens when veggies are cooked in Walgett bore water. Lorraine's 7-year-old son Dale lives with a kidney condition called nephrotic syndrome. He has good days and bad days, but if he doesn't get better, he could need a kidney transplant.
Dale's on a salt-reduced diet. What is one on a sandwich? They told me Dale can't drink bore water. There's more sodium in it than the normal water.
Thank you, Mum.
Dale is not allowed to drink tap water at all. So thank you.
Baba.
I'm just worried that if Dale drinks the water from the taps, that might do damage to the other kidney that he's got, you know. The condition Dale got, he can die from it.
Clean and safe water is a basic human right.
The University of New South Wales Water Research Lab has analysed official government test results of Walgett's bore water over a 4-year period up until July last year.
The salt levels that are analysed are about 15 times higher than what's recommended for people with kidney failure and renal problems.
Australian drinking water guidelines for sodium levels are based on palatability, not health.
For a healthy adult person, it's probably okay to drink. But if you do have pre-existing medical conditions in terms of high blood pressure or kidney failure, things like that, you shouldn't be drinking those levels of salt in your drinking water.
In a statement, New South Wales Health told 7:30 Walgett's bore water is safe to drink, but acknowledged that it failed to meet national guidelines on how drinking water should taste. It said national guidelines set no limit on sodium levels, and that most people were at more risk of excess sodium from their food.
We don't get any notifications. No one doesn't get any information about what's going on with our water. It makes me so angry with the people that's in control of the water.
A recent survey of 250 First Nations people living in Walgett found almost half are worried about getting safe drinking water, a higher rate of water insecurity than in Bangladesh. One of the residents surveyed was Gamilaroi woman Mary Kennedy.
I'm actually going to check my sugars now.
Like Lorraine, Mary only trusts bottled water.
The bore water, if I was to drink, high contents of water that contains sodium, my levels will go up high, and that I will not chance.
She spends a significant chunk of her pension on water each fortnight.
Just 4 of those water, and the spring water. How much? $41.85. Thank you, darling. Money's all gone by the time I buy the water and the food, and just have a little bit left over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Many of the Aboriginal people I've met in Walgett are living with a chronic illness. Census data shows a third of Walgett residents living with renal, heart or a diabetes condition are Indigenous. And that's despite First Nations mob only making up 21% of the local government area's population.
You name any chronic diseases, we have them in Walgett.
This is sad. This is really, really sad.
As a little girl, Gamilaroi woman Trish Tonkin lived right here on the Namoy riverbank.
When I was a child, I would go down there fishing and catching yabbies. The river is totally different now to what it was all those years ago. It's green, it's horrid.
Historically, the Namoy and the Barwon rivers supplied the town with drinking water. But at the end of 2018, Walgett's two rivers ran dry. And then came the floods.
They're gulping for air. I've never seen that in my life.
They can't use the river water after floods. They can't purify it enough for drinking.
So then we have to use bore water in this town, right?
That's correct.
A mobile desalination facility was brought to Walgett in May 2020 in response to community concerns about the sodium levels and health risks of the bore water.
It was meant to give us clean drinking water, but because they can't get rid of the waste, they just shut it down. You know, it cost millions of dollars and it's sitting there going to waste.
Walgett Shire Council did not respond to 730's questions. The New South Wales government says it's helping the town make a planned switch back to river water as soon as possible.
We're seeing the river becoming increasingly unreliable in terms of quantities. And the other thing we're seeing is a decrease in the water quality as well. When there is water in the river, it's either very turbid, has lots of algae growing in it, lots of turbidity, and that also poses a lot of complications for water treatment for drinking water.
On April 6, Water New South Wales issued an amber alert for blue-green algae in the Namoy River at Walgett. It said stock and domestic users should consider alternate water sources.
There's so many different departments, they all pass the buck.
Walgett residents are calling for an independent task force to investigate and tackle water insecurity. They want local Aboriginal voices included.
We've been protecting our land for so many years and now,
Millennium,
yes, and yeah, for millennium.
forever.
We need the government to actually hear us. Because,
Step up.
Yeah, step up. Do something. Do something for our rivers. Because it's not only just Walgett that relies on our river. All those that are solely reliant on our rivers are affected.